Hello everyone and welcome back to Star Stable. It is closing in the end of 2022 and because of this, I have decided to put all of the weekly updates we got this year head to head. Welcome to the best updates of 2022 where I'm going to talk about my absolute favorites and the ones that were alright. A few things to note, these are in comparison with each other. I don't think there was a complete and utter devastating update this year. There will be smaller and larger updates, but I don't think I play any other game which has actual updates every week, even if it is just a race. But we will deep dive into my least favorite updates, so all in comparison with each other in a separate video. This was honestly really hard to figure out where to put each update. Another thing to note is that I won't be talking about updates with horses too much, as I'm making a separate video on them. Let's get started with the updates which stood out to me as a definite favorite. Nothing on this list is in order in this video. If anything, they're closest to being in the order that they were released or that I saw them in. Anyways. If you'd asked me about this update, I probably would have forgotten it happened this year. I really loved the update of Marley's farm. In comparison to say Silverglade or Steve's farm updates, I love how Marley's farm still looks like Marley's farm. It was less of a shock to my system. Don't get me wrong, the new Silverglade and Steve's looks absolutely incredible, and I think they are for the greater good. There was also a fun little quest with the Summers family, which I feel we haven't been able to interact with for a while, especially if you're an older player, but I remember it being a good laugh. In terms of things, Marley is a small area, therefore could be considered a smaller update, but it is an update which would have taken the team quite a while to do, and I really love how it is working towards making the Silverglade area cohesive with updated graphics. I wonder what's up Star Stable's sleeve for next year? The Manor? Hollow Woods? It was so lovely getting the amount of story quests we got this year. Although, deep down, I feel like there is still something missing, but I think for me it is honestly just the fact that I'm no longer an 8-year-old playing the storyline anymore. I'm older, more mature, with a greater sense of the world. It's never gonna feel the way that I felt when I was 8, and I just have to find ways to feel comfortable with that. Some of the story quests were better than others, some weeks feeling slower, but I think Star Stable is starting to nail it by the end of the year. The introduction of Fort Maria Library and all the quests surrounding it were phenomenal. How gorgeous is the library? Although it does disappoint me that after 7 years, the only part of the fort we got to see was the library with no sweeping views of Rapona, at least it's something. I will survive. The story snacks being released each week I personally think were a perfect addition. They were quite literally snacks for my craving for lore. I feel like it made the time between story quests feel easier and would love to see Star Stable continue story snacks or something similar as long as they can seamlessly add them in without making it feel like too much fluff. I feel like this one is pretty niche, like it probably could have been in the runners-up, but in all honesty, this update was incredible. I just love my noseband bridles so much. I just forgot that they came in just one update of bridles. This week also came with the announcement of retrofitting Tack, which I think was one of the greatest things to come out of 2022. Finally allowing all Gen 3 horses to wear the amazing Tack we have is well worth the wait, I think. I can't wait for more breeds to be retrofitted in 2023. I cannot believe it took until 2022 to get horse customization added, but we can finally specify whether our horses are a mare, stallion or gelding, and also how old they are. Although this has no effect on gameplay and is purely for role-playing purposes, I've come to really enjoy the feature. I still really hope for a section to be able to add our own notes to the horses though. This would be so helpful for nicknames. Star Stable also released a blog post a few months ago about the future of their horse bonding initiative, which is where this customization idea stems from, and it's actually so exciting with some changes to training coming, including horse whistling. I have an entire video on that blog post though if you do want to check it out. 10 out of 10 update. Another I cannot believe it took until 2022 for this to happen moment, but we finally got to finish the Baroness's racetrack. This came with some really fun quests though. Although I do wish they could have been a bit more interactive, the actual graphics of the track makes up for it. Now, Not only did the old racetrack get a gorgeous graphical update, but of course also the new one. I find it somewhat bittersweet though, as I did find it quite funny how the racetrack just never got finished. I honestly would have been happy without the upgrade just because it was funny to me, but I love the fact we have an actual good looking racing facility on Jorvik now for those to roleplay, etc. Another 10 out of 10 update. Just after this, we also have the new championship. It feels like it has been so long since we got some championship content, so this was a lovely surprise. I hope to see even more championships added in the future though. As for the Baroness's championship, it is actually pretty fun with some challenges like the oil spill and the steeplechase at the end. Unlike some other festivals, I decided to put every single update of the Equestrian Festival into this best updates video because I honestly think it was, in my own personal opinion, like the entirety of this video, the best festival we saw this year. Even though it was merged with things such as the open house, it felt the freshest. I know Star Stable is working on the other festivals, making them feeling fresher, so I'm not complaining because at least we had the gem, which was the Equestrian Festival. It had so many items to work towards collecting, which, believe me, as someone who didn't get time to get all the tokens required to get everything, it was kind of sad, but I'm so glad that there was so much content to work towards for the other people who had the time. I just have very fond memories over these updates. They brought the really cool saddlebag pets of apples, carrots, and care items, and also some new horse variations. I do, however, think that next year the Equestrian Festival will feel pretty same unless more is changed about it. Maybe whole new tack sets to work towards with the ones from this year added into a shop to buy. There was also the Sabine questline I think a lot of people enjoyed, myself included. If the day-night toggle feature didn't come out with this update, then it would be in the less great updates of 2020 video. This honestly was the best update to come out of this year for me, like actually genuinely number one. Being in Australia means every single update video was always in the dark of night, which made buying horses not particularly as enjoyable as it is now. I am so picky about lighting, even in video games, so I honestly hated the nighttime videos, unless it was, specific for a roleplay, which before this update, I would actually have to wake up at like 5 AM or earlier to get sunrise videos and more. It also came with the new horse purchasing window, which I have a love-hate relationship with. This is meant to be all the best updates, but I'll stick this one here anyways. I love the fact that we can now gender and age our horses whilst buying the horse instead of later on afterwards, and that it's an easy way to see the horse without everyone crowding around it. They even added the feature to look at the horse's gaits, which was meant to be a good thing, but honestly is pretty disappointing. The horse gaits in this window are weirdly sped up and just not true to game, meaning it's pretty pointless and I actually never use it. Specifically, the first update was more enjoyable than I honestly thought it was going to be, just from previous years. As I said, previous years have just been very repetitive, including kind of this year as well. The quests are basically the same, but at least we had a bit of a storyline this year about the color being drained. The story with Katya was the only saving grace for the Rainbow Festival, in my opinion, for me. Although the birthday update was not as good as last year, which is to be expected because 11 years isn't the milestone of a decade. The update was pretty recycled with the same quests. The birthday updates are usually still quite enjoyable though because they bring with them birthday presents and the sweet, sweet birthday race. November, October is always just one of my favorite times of the years anyways. I know this isn't an official update, but I can't not talk about the beta or the alpha test of the brand new characters. I have so many videos talking about it on my channel though, that I don't have much to say otherwise here, but definitely go check out at least my top features of the new characters video for more of an overview, or even some of my gameplay videos where we tried making different types of characters and exploring what could be done so far with them. I've got a whole playlist of the new characters. if you want to check them out. Alright, those were the tip of the top best updates of Star Stable, in my opinion, but time for some which made the runners up. Remember, I had to be super critical in my own opinions of these updates, and they honestly aren't in much of an order, / like none of them are actually like bad, you know? I know it's weird to have a Christmas update, but this was for like last year's Christmas. But anyways, I love this one because it came with the opportunity to re-roll festivals to collect missed warm wishes for what we have as winter tokens now. I really wish they did this for more of the festivals throughout the year, because it would have made a lot of busy people's lives just a bit easier to get everything they wanted. It was nice seeing some activity at Marley's farm, and this race gives 200 XP, which isn't half bad. The new clothes were also quite pretty. Very similar to Marley's, in fact extremely. It was nice getting some action at the racetrack with new races for the first time in literally like 11 years, give or take. It had been ages since a quest by the inn. It feels like it has literally been forever. Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. Since a quest by the inn, but I remember this being quite enjoyable. I'd be super interested in seeing the updated version of the Wolf Hall Inn, but I know it's probably not a high priority since there is higher traffic areas such as Jarlaheim and Cape West Fishing Village to still get an update. Looking back at all these updates, I am so happy Star Stable brought us so many new things to seemingly old and like unused areas. Plus, this race also gives us the sweet 250 horse XP. Who could complain? It's also quite an enjoyable race, I like it. It was so good to talk with Tan and Loretta in a quest line again. Not to mention I quite enjoyed some part of the quests, however I do still wish it was a little bit more interactive sometimes. I loved the warming up session and hope it will be used more or even added as a daily quest. The storyline was also quite fun in my opinion. I had quite literally forgotten we'd even left him behind, but it was an enjoyable quest to bring him back to his life at Jorvik Stables. I'm waiting here for a Herman update Star Stable. My guy's just a little bit crusty, I don't know. Okay, you guys, if I'm being honest, I actually haven't had the time to check out this update yet since I was actually away when it came out. But I put it in this video because I believe it still gives a decent amount of horse XP. So unfortunately, we're just going to skip through this text here because I actually have less than 2 hours before I have to leave. 150, but there is character XP, but that might just be the quest XP. Let's check out the cross-country race here at South Hoof. Either way, I love the fact that this year South Hoof, actually when did the other races at South Hoof come out? I don't know, but South Hoof I feel like was like abandoned for so long. So I love the fact that now we've got lots of races. These jumps are looking amazing and I'm already kind of like enjoying myself. Oh, we also got the new like dock down here, which is absolutely epic to see. It is gorgeous. We're going along the beach as well. See, this is really fun. I do enjoy this. I love that my South Hoof part of my training route got a little bit more love than just the Hermit's Cottage. We're even going in the water over here as well. Okay, this is pretty fun. I'm enjoying myself. What? Wow, that's cool. It's literally just a loop-de-loop, but that's cool. I feel like they had the difficult thing of like, I feel like it's kind of short, but if they kind of went around to the part of the beach where you can ride back up onto here, it would then be like too long of a race. So honestly, I'm not that mad. Oh, it looks like we're kind of going around the outside and then coming back around. See, that's kind of fun. I do like this. Yeah, it's a good time of a race. Probably going to be around 2 minutes. Good. And daily, you actually only get 150. So I guess maybe I should have put this update. No, the reason this update is here is because we didn't technically get the updated beach with this one. I think we got it with the previous one. There's a race in the worst updates that I put there because it was only 150, the snake bite race. And now I feel bad because of this. It's fine. It's just a video. It's fine. This feature, although small for some people, is absolutely life-changing for me. Wait, maybe this should have been in the top features. Anyway, it's fine. It's basically all the same. It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't really know what else to say here. Yeah, it's just kind of epic. It's really cool. Chapter 1 of the Christmas update has been quite enjoyable despite the fact that I was ill for it. Even though the tornado type things were existent, they're not tornadoes, are they? They're like festivities. Anyways, in previous years, I still find them fun to go to, and the blizzards have been a nice change of pace, even if it was a little confusing for me sometimes. Probably just me, I don't know. The third update was also quite epic with the horses, but the Yeti quest was actually quite enjoyable for me, but maybe that's because it's like very fresh in my brain. I think because of my busyness though, currently with the holidays and getting to spend some time with friends and family whilst I'm still trying to post videos for you all, it hasn't allowed me time to slow down and enjoy the festival as much as I'm sure I could, but that's not anyone's fault. Well, that is the end of this video. I have the hiccups and my dad is coming in less than an hour and I still have so much to do, so I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to check out the worst quote-unquote worst or runners up for the best video of the updates. Oh my gosh, I'm not making any sense. If you want to, if you enjoyed this video, I really appreciate all of your guys' support this year. It has been absolutely an insane year. I really appreciate you guys and I cannot wait for you guys to see some of the videos that I already have planned for 2023. I love you all so much. Bye!